What's up, guys? Dave here from FindYourNextGuitar.com, and I have with me Henry Menzel from the band Survey Says.
Hello.
How's it going, Henry?
It's good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good. Love to hear.
Hey, so, Henry, what first inspired you to learn guitar?
My brother bought a bass,
Mhm.
and he was, just learning to play. And the only instrument I had played up until that point was cello, and so I guess I had a basic understanding of how the strings work. That was okay. It was like school stuff. My brother bought a bass, and it looked really fun, and he wouldn't let me touch it. And so I was like, well, I'll get a guitar, and so we can play together and do stuff together. So I bought a guitar, and that was pretty much it.
And what genre of music do you guys play? For someone that...
We play what I call pop punk ska. So we're a ska band at our core, but we blend things like, I guess mostly the newer, like I call it neo pop punk, the Wonder Years-esque, which is all derivative of like the Newfound Glory kind of stuff, the like drive-through records kind of stuff, and kind of blend that with horn-driven ska.
Yeah, it definitely gives you a
third-wave
unique
ska.
sound.
Yeah, so hopefully that makes any sense. It's like Newfound Glory meets Less Than Jake. That's how I usually put it.
Gotcha.
For people who may be, on the fringe of what that means. So, yeah.
So, that being said, you guys have a really interesting sound, and I personally really like the band.
Thank you.
So, why do you play the brand of guitar that you play and, with pickups and everything? Why do you have the setup that you have?
Well, I guess at first, gear-wise, was really just what I could get my hands on.
Mhm.
Because any money that I was ever able to have would go toward cheaper stuff. I started with like a Ibanez starter guitar, as everybody does, and then anything that I could get cheap, I would like. I like the Fender sound, so I played a Strat for a while. I currently now play an Ernie Ball Music Man Albert Lee. I have that. I'll be honest. I have a guitar player friend who plays in a band called Patent Pending, who his name is Rob, and he had basically the same guitar, and I was like, I've always envied their guitar tones, and that's all like they play pop punk too, and they got that heavy distortion, but like clean distortion, not grating, for melodic stuff. And I always loved it, and we were lucky enough to get I'm not bragging, but we were lucky enough to get a sponsorship with Ernie Ball, and they could give you like cool prices. So I was like, well, I guess I'll try to get my real big boy guitar, and that's what I'm playing now. That's why I really, really like it. So I like it because, I learned guitar basically just by emulating the sounds I like. So
Yeah.
I learned the ska chord, the upstrokes things, just by listening to Real Big Fish and being like, how do they do that? So I would just sit at home and just emulate how to play it. That's how I learned. And so the same thing goes with gear. I like that sound. We try to get that. Ironically, I also bought my guitar head from Joe of Patent Pending.
Nice.
So I actually bought that secondhand from him. So I just want to be that man, I guess. Joy of conclusion. So that's why I play the gear that I got. I just try to emulate what I like and put it in my own music in a hopefully original way.
Yeah. So for someone that's just learning how to play or just starting a band, what advice would you give to them on how to get started, or maybe how to get better faster?
That's such an open-ended question. Like how early? Like from right from the beginning? Like I have a guitar. Now I'm gonna start a band. Is that what we're talking?
Both.
All right. Okay. So if you got people that are in a band, like you actually have people to do it. It's all at that level. It's all very cliched and the same. Practice, learn your craft. Don't set goals that are too ahead of yourself, which is something you should always abide by, whether you're successful or not. No matter where you are, you should never try to overextend yourself and set unrealistic goals. Set goals that make sense. So you
Yeah.
know, practice as many times. Get this as tight as you want. If you're a stickler for if you're lucky enough that you have gear that's good, especially if you're a new band, because you know, like when we started, we had whatever secondhand we could get. It was just whatever we could find and borrow. You know, so if you're lucky enough to actually have like, okay, we got real stuff, you can make real good sounds, you know, practice it so that, you know, your gear's important, and this show is about gear, so I don't want to understate it, but especially in a band setting, it's not the only factor. You need to get your songs to be the way it's going to be. You know, it's like gear only takes you so far, especially from, you'll impress your musicians, impress like, you know, your peers. It really does. It's, you know, it's important for that, and you know, and they talk, and you know, you're gonna meet jerk offs that are just, you know, all about that. But you know, your average music listener isn't gonna be like, man, I wonder what pickups he uses. It's just gonna be, this is a tight band. I like the sound of this song. So you gotta practice the songs. It all needs to work all at once. So as many levels of both the technological end and the subjective music end that you can get to work all at once, then the better you're going to be. You just got to grow. It should be natural. You shouldn't make it so quick. You shouldn't, you know, set realistic goals, like I was saying. Like don't expect something that you really don't think you can achieve right from the get-go.
So the big takeaway is the gear doesn't matter if you suck.
Yeah. You know, I mean,
If
like,
you can't play, then there's
no,
no
right.
point
You gotta be
in
good at, you know, you need skill. You need skill. You know, the gear helps eventually. It took once we finally managed to have real stuff. You know, it took our sound to another level. We can actually get better on our instruments.
Yeah.
Because it's a catch-22. On one hand, you could be really good at guitar and have a shit piece of gear. Can I swear on your show? Okay, am I allowed? I probably shouldn't, right? Sorry, guys. It's a problem. It's a real problem. Anyway,
I can.
there you go. Just bleep me. Just do like the Metalocalypse thing. That'd be really appropriate. You know, it's a catch-22. On one hand, you can be really good at guitar and play through a piece of crap, and then nobody really notices. And it's so bad that people notice that your guitar is music. Or you can be not that good, and you have like gear, and it's like, well, you can't play, so what do you have this shit for? Damn it. Yeah, that's why you need to be, you know, so you need to be firing on both ends. So I feel like, especially in my case, I got better at guitar when I had better gear. Because, you know, there's only so far you can take a guitar that doesn't sound that great. And then you don't think you can make it sound that good if the actual piece of equipment you're using won't sound good anyway. So I feel like I've become a better guitar player just by the virtue of the fact that I've had good gear. I can make cooler sounds. And now I've learned the ability to do it. So my skill has improved along with my stuff.
Yeah.
Which, you know, and both of which take time, you know, unless you got money. But I can't speak to that. I don't have experience in that. You know, if you're lucky enough to just be like, just go get some stuff at Guitar Center, man. Done. Orange stacks. If you're lucky, cool. I mean, but I feel like, at least in our band, we gradually got better at our instruments, and our instruments gradually got better. So it's funny how that worked out. I'm really rambly. I'm sorry.
Henry, it was great to have you on the show.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for coming by.
It was great being here. Thanks, man. Thanks for letting me ramble.